The construction industry. Talk us through the competitiveness of that environment, given the fact that it appears to be relatively cutthroat. I see margins are under pressure, and there must be those rogues out there that are willing to accept work at much lower margins, putting pressure on order books.
Yeah, well, we've guided the margins, for the year coming down 2% for exactly that reason. The road space that we operate in is still quite buoyant, to be fair. There's a lot of activity going on, a fair amount of tendering coming out, albeit that it's a lot more competitive than it used to be. And it has actually been the case for a couple of months already. 2-3 years ago, the industry we operated in was, not the limelight of construction, and today it's where the activities are. So it's drawn its fair share of attention, but it's a cycle we expected, and everybody will learn in time. It's not as easy as just piling into roads and making money.
You've seen some delayed payments, specifically from the South African provincial government. I think that is an issue that a number of companies are facing that deal with the public sector. Is it resolved, or do you think you're going to see more pain on that front? No,
the provincial governments that we referred to in the results specifically that got behind 30 days with some of the payments. That's actually...
So just 30 days?
Yeah, 30 days from where the payments were due. That has actually consequently been caught up in March. That was very much a cut-off thing. Not quite the same story in Zambia.
That's with the Roads Development Agency
correct,
in Zambia.
Yeah, that's got behind. About half of it has come in, the part that's behind anyway. A section has still not come in. There's an investigation on the go at the moment in terms of has any contractors been awarded work unfairly and unjustly. But we're quite confident, to say the least, that doesn't affect us. And if anything, over the long term, if that can become a more transparent and open playing ground, that'll suit us.
I see you term your order book secure at 4.7 billion rand. Take me through that terminology. Does this mean that the work can't fall away?
Correct. Okay, we actually have a legal right on that. We don't put any tenders that have been given letter of awards, etc. to us, but where no guarantees have been requested. So when we put a number in the order book, it's literally guaranteed work. We actually have a legal right to it. So the realities are that's why you don't find me telling you contracts have been cancelled along the way. We don't put it there until such point that we're practically on site.
In the construction space, to what extent have you been impacted to contracts coming to an end ahead of the World Cup?
Here and there, but nothing dramatic. I mean, very little of our world has been focused around the World Cup, barring what's going on in Gauteng, that is. That is also not going to make it for the World Cup, given the amount of rain that's taken place. Some temporary surfaces, etc., will be put in place and make opening lanes to make it drivable, but we'll actually have to come back consequently and finish it off. But where the gap does come in is once that phase of Gauteng is completed to the next big work being, the N1 into Winelands work in Cape Town and the second phase of Gauteng, there is a delay between those two periods. Very quickly,
why would one invest in Raubex, in your opinion?
I think, if you're going to be in construction, it's definitely where I'd like to be anyway. We're the least, in my mind, affected because of the nature of what we do, not necessarily because we're brilliant, but because of what we do, probably the least exposed to the general economic climate, and we're quite happy to be in that space, to be fair.